So very good morning to all of you, dear students. So welcome to the my class. Today we are going to study about the chemistry. Okay. So in chemistry we were discussing the metals and non-metals, and we are just continuing from where we have left in previous class. So let's have once a recap that we have discussed in previous class. That was
Good morning, sir.
reaction of metal with water we have discussed so far. So let's have a quick recap of that. Okay. So I discussed. Okay. Just wait for a minute. Once I have met this setting. Okay. It was Navneet Yadav. I came to know, and it's Sarip Pathan. So I'm just going to remove you person from my class. In today's class, you are going to suspend. Okay. Sarip Pathan and Navneet Yadav.
Oh यार मुझे पहले कहा था मैंने
People are I'm just removing from my class. Okay, you will be not allowed to attend my class. Wait, and another was your Navneet. People are not going to just be serious. No, it's fine. Okay, so let's have a quick recap on that. So reaction of that we have discussed. Reaction of metals with it is Karthikeya. Karthikeya Mishra, now it's your turn. I will remove from my class. Reaction of metal with water we have discussed so far. So this was basically your, you can say, this was your reactivity series. That was your Kedarnath Ka Mali Alu Zara Tika Pakata Hai. So this was your reactivity series up to the hydrogen. So what we have discussed so far, these elements are going to react with water. This is normal cold water. This cold water will be here. And you know, these are going to form the hydroxide. Okay. So we have discussed these. So this is going to form hydroxide. Along with hydroxide, it will just produce the hydrogen gas, and along with some heat will be there. Means this is going to be exothermic reaction. So far we have studied that these are going to catch the fire due to the high heat release, and this have a golden yellow flame. Means this is basically purple flame, and this sodium is going to have a golden yellow flame. And magnesium react with hot water, and it is going to form both. Sometimes it is magnesium hydroxide, sometimes it is magnesium oxide. Okay, and for these aluminium, zinc, and this iron, this is going to react with steam. Okay, so these are going to react with steam, and they form the metal oxide. What they form? They forms the metal oxide. Okay, and these are going to do not react with water. So far we have discussed these things. Okay, so reaction of metals with H2O. So sodium, potassium, calcium, these gives the highly exothermic reaction, or most of the heat is basically evolved. Okay, and basically if we talk about the magnesium, so magnesium react with basically hot water, not cold water, and this aluminium, zinc, and iron react with steam and gives the metal oxide. Okay, coming to the next, now we are going to discuss reaction of metals with oxygen. So we'll see how the basically metal reacts with oxygen. Okay, reaction
I'd say
metals with oxygen. So what happened is, let us see it. So generally the general reaction of metal is metal plus oxygen.
Metal oxide.
Yeah, it forms the metal oxide. Okay, so let's see what happened. Let's take one examples with each. So if we are talking about the sodium, so you can see here the sodium will be there, and once it react with oxygen, this is basically gas. Okay, so this is basically gas. So when it will react, then it will form sodium oxide, and this will be Na2O, and this can be balanced. Okay, how this can be balanced? This will be your 2, and this will be 4Na. So sodium oxide will be there. Okay, and it is a vigorous reaction, and it catches the fire. Means there will be the heat also. So sodium and potassium reacts vigorously. Okay, this potassium also reacts with oxygen, and what it forms, it also forms the potassium oxide, that is 2K2O, and here it is 4, and this is your heat. So you should just understand in a way that this basically this heat is so much so that it just catches the fire. Okay, so this is vigorous reaction. You can say these reacts vigorously and they catch fire. Reacts vigorously and catches fire. Okay, so that's why these sodium and potassium are kept in a kerosene, so that they does not these does not come in contact with oxygen. Okay, so because these are more reactive, yeah, or you can say most reactive elements. Now you can say if this sodium oxide, okay, or this potassium oxide is going to, means added with water, or it is going to react with basically water, then what will happen in that case? So it is going to form the sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. So we can write here when these are going to react with, means this sodium oxide or potassium oxide. So what will happen? So let's say Na2O, this is a sodium hydroxide, this react with S2O. Okay, when these react with H2O, that is liquid, so this will be 2NaOH, means sodium hydroxide will form. And while writing the reaction, you should be very careful. You have to write the state. If it is, you have to write solid, it is gas, and now it is a sodium oxide. This will be the aqueous solution. Okay, so you need to write aqueous here. Then only it will be marked as a correct. Otherwise, it will be not marked as a correct. So in case of the potassium, if you are going to understand, so this potassium oxide, when it reacts with water, it forms the potassium hydroxide. Once again, this will be the potassium hydroxide, and these are going to be basic in nature. So what property will it have? It will have a basic property. Means whenever, how the basic property is tested, just understand, try to understand. So when red litmus will be, means you can say the red litmus will be poured in this hydroxide solution, then it will turns to the blue. Okay, so you can write like this: these metal hydroxide, means whether it is NaOH, or KOH, means these came in contact with red litmus, this is going to convert in blue. It means what? It means what? It's a simple explanation that you can say this is going to form the basic solution. So we can just conclude from here, or we can have some certain conclusion on the basis of this reaction. When any metal reacts with oxygen, it forms the metal oxide, and when this metal oxide further reacts with your water, then it forms the metal hydroxide, and these metal hydroxide are basically basic in nature. So this is tested by the red litmus paper. So red litmus is going to convert in a blue. Okay, when you will insert the blue litmus, then there will be no change in color. That will have a same color. Means color will be constant. Got my point? So we can write like this. We can write like this. The metal. This is basically metal plus oxygen will be there. Then this will be the metal oxide. And when this metal oxide reacts with H2O, then it forms the metal hydroxide. What it forms? It forms metal
hydroxide.
Yeah, metal hydroxide will be formed. So metal hydroxide, when this metal hydroxide will be there, metal hydroxide will be there. Metal hydroxide will be when the red litmus will in contact with this. Red litmus will in contact with this. This will turns to the blue. But here is a one exception. Here is a one exception. What is that exception? Exception. What is that exception? Let's understand. Try to understand this one. So there are a certain exception, like you can understand the chromium oxide, CrO3, and Mn2O7, manganese oxide. These are not basic. These are not basic. It means what? When red litmus will be in contact with chromium oxide and manganese oxide, or means when hydroxide will be formed, so these will not turn into blue. Okay, so this is basically exception. Okay, and there are certain more exceptions. What are they? What are that exceptions? So there are certain oxides that show both acidic and basic character. Okay, so those oxides are known as amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxide. So these can have those oxides which have both acidic and basic character. So these will be known as amphoteric. The examples are, you can understand, the examples are basically the aluminum oxide, Al2O3, and zinc oxide, ZnO, and lead oxide. These are the certain exceptions. Okay, these show both characters, that is acidic as well as basic. Okay, so this was basically the reaction of metal with oxygen. Okay, and this was the condition how we can check the metal is going to form the metal oxide which is in basic nature. So for basic nature, red litmus should convert into the blue. Okay, kindly mark your present by writing present in a chat box. Go in a chat box and write there present. Okay, because only a few means attendance is recorded here. So this is the case of the you can say reaction of metal with oxide. We can discuss furthermore. Means you can see like the zinc reacts. When zinc reacts, this zinc reacts with zinc oxygen, then it will form the zinc oxide. You can say like this: when zinc reacts with oxygen, then it forms what it forms? It forms zinc oxide. We can write the reaction like this: twice of ZnS, Zn. This will be in solid, and it is going to react with oxygen. So it will form twice of zinc oxide. What will be it? This will be twice of zinc oxide. Okay. You should remember these things. Okay. And in another reactions, you can see like this. I'm writing with a different color, that is from the black. If you are saying that copper is copper is going to react, so this copper when this copper react with oxygen, this also forms the copper oxide. Okay, so here it will write gas, and here it is basically it is in a solid form. This oxide is sometimes this oxide is in solid form. When this will form hydroxide, then it will be in a aqueous form. You should remember these things. And when aluminium react with this aluminium, so when this aluminium react with oxygen, so then it forms Al2O3. Now for the aluminium we have discussed what we have discussed so far. So we have discussed that this aluminium, make it 4 and make it 2 here, and this is 2 3 is 6 and 3 2. So this aluminium oxide is amphoteric in nature, means this is not only the basic, this will have a acidic property as well as. Okay, so sometimes the question is asked which one will be more reactive. If you have given certain elements, like you can say you have given these 3 elements. You can come to the next page. We can given the magnesium, okay, we can have given the aluminium, and we can given the copper. So if anyone is saying that these are going to react with oxygen, then these are going to form the metal oxide. Okay, the question is that which element is going to have a more reactivity towards the oxygen. The question is that which element will have more reactivity than the other. So how we can find out which will be more reactive? So it can be finded out by seeing the reactivity order. So you know the reactivity series. I have given you formula to learn that. Okay. So far we have, yeah, केदारनाथ का माली आलू जरा फीका पकाता है. So we can have that formula. Okay, and we can see the elements coming at the top is going to have a more reactivity. So you can see that Kedarnath ka mali. Now you can say magnesium is at the top.
Yes, sir.
Okay, among these two. So magnesium, this magnesium will have more reactivity than the aluminium and copper. Okay, sometimes this question is asked in your examination. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so now coming to the another case, we can take certain examples that we were discussing in the previous class, that if non-metal reacts with oxygen, then what happens in that case? So if non-metal react with oxygen, then it also forms the non-metal oxide. Okay, so we were discussing this, so you can kindly note it. Note, the note is like this: non-metal. Okay, and when you are going to react with oxygen, then this oxygen is going to form the non-metal oxide. Okay, and when you are talking about the non-metal oxide, it means what? If you are going to react with it water, it will be non-metal
Hydroxide.
Yeah, and this non-metal hydroxide is acidic in nature. What is nature of this? This is acidic nature. So how this acidic nature is confirmed? So this acidic
Blue litmus.
yeah. So this acidic nature, when blue litmus used to come in contact, so this is going to change the color in red. Okay. Okay. So this is the case.
Yes.
So this is the case that you can just do, means a certain activity is given in your NCERT book. What activity is given? Take a small amount of sulfur powder, okay? And if you have taken the small amount of sulfur powder and you just, means basically just burn, okay? When just it will be burnt, because it does not react directly with oxygen. You have to provide certain heat. When heat is provided and it burns, and this means the sulfur oxide which is formed, when it is poured in water, then it will form the basically sulfur hydroxide. And that sulfur hydroxide, when it is tested with blue litmus, it turns to the red. It means it have a acidic character. Okay, got my points?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, coming to the
Yes, sir.
another aspect, that is we have discussed so far the reaction of metal with what? Reaction of metal with basically oxygen, and reaction of metal with your, you can say, the water. So now we are going to discuss reaction of metal with acids, dilute acid. We are going to discuss what happened in this case, and we'll also see how the different questions are formed on the basis of these topics. Okay, so the next topic is reaction of metal, reaction of metal with, reaction of metal with, you can say, dilute acid. So if you are talking about the reaction of metal with dilute acid, so we can write here, I'm just changing the color. It's fine. Okay. So this will be the metal. Okay, if it is metal, and this is going to react with dilute acid. So we are just saying that dilute will be dilute acid, and we are just considering it the HCl or H2SO4, not for nitric acid. We'll discuss the separate case of the nitric acid. So here we are concentrating only on the dilute acid, that is your HCl or H2SO4. Okay. So when it reacts, so it forms the salt. It forms the salt. Metal salt will be formed. Along with metal salt, there will be hydrogen gas, H2 gas, and along with this, there will be the means dissipation of heat. There will be the dissipation of heat. Okay, so this is the basically general reaction. So general reaction means what? So metal when react with dilute HCl or H2SO4, then they use to form the metal salt along with hydrogen gas, along with certain heat. So let's discuss the first case. What first case we are going to discuss? We are just going to discuss the reaction of metal, means reaction of metal with sodium, you can say. Okay. So a reaction of metal with acid for sodium we are going to discuss what will happen, and why we do not prefer to react metal, that is a sodium or potassium, with dilute H2SO4 or dilute HCl. So this is basically when heat is evolved in any type of chemical reaction, then that type of chemical reaction is said as a exothermic reaction. So when there will be more and more heat that is going to evolve when this sodium or potassium is added in dilute sulfuric acid or HCl, okay, hydrochloric acid, then lots of heat is produced. Sometimes it is not preferred to do these things in a lab because it is so much vigorous reaction. sometimes it catches the fire, and the whoever is doing the these things, these type of things, means that is harmed by that fire. Okay, so this is not preferred in laboratory. So reaction of your sodium and potassium with dilute HCl or H2SO4 is not preferred to do in laboratory. Okay, so this will be never preferred to do. But reaction we should know. So what is basically reaction? So let's see, the sodium is going to react with H2SO, H2SO4, and this we are saying that this H2SO4 is dilute sulfuric acid. So sodium is in solid state and this is in aqueous. So what will happen in this case? This is going to form the salt. So you know well how to write the molecular formula. This will be Na2SO4, and there will be the evolution of gas, that is twice of hydrogen gas. So this is basically sodium sulfate, and along with sodium sulfate there will be the heat, and this heat, basically due to this heat only the sodium or hydrogen catches the fire. There will be the combustion reaction. Okay, and what happens in the case of the potassium? It also happens like this, H2SO4, and this will be the aqueous form, and when it reacts it also forms K2SO4, and this will be twice of H2, and there will be the lots of heat produced. So if you are talking about sulfuric acid, and if you are talking about the hydrochloric acid, so this will be like this: sodium solid, and there will be the HCl, and this is also in aqueous form, and this is going to form the salt NaCl, and plus H2 will be there. You can mark here the twice of H2, and here it can be your twice of NaCl, and here this is the case.
So 2A and Cl.
Yeah, I have written. And for the potassium you can write the similar way. Solid will be there, and this will be your twice of HCl you are taking, and this will be twice of KCl, and this will be the hydrogen gas along with heat will be there. Okay, so in this case lots of heats are produced. So these reactions are not preferred in the laboratory. Note, you can note down these things. This is very important point. So note what we can know.
So 2HCl.
Yeah, it's a 2HCl. Aqueous. What happened? Aditya Raj.
Nothing, sir.
Okay. This reaction is not. Who is that? Yes, your voice is not very clear. Who is that? Yes, let me know what the.
There will be 2 potassium plus 2 HCl.
Yeah. Okay, I missed that. This reaction is not preferred in laboratory. Okay, why it is not preferred? This is a highly exothermic or vigorous reaction. Okay, so this will catch the fire. So that's why it is not preferred to perform this reaction in a laboratory. Okay, one more important point is there. What is that point? You know, sometimes these non-metal reacts with basically your oxygen. Then it form the non-metal oxide. You can come back to this page, the previous page that we have discussed this one. Na? So sometimes there is some exception you can write. What are these exceptions? Generally these are in acidic. These are acidic, means whatever the non-metal oxide will be there, that will be the acidic. But there is some exception, like these are the neutral. What can be the exception? Like, you know, the hydrogen is your non-metal, when it forms the hydroxide or oxide, then it have a H2O, and there is a carbon dioxide, and there is a nitrogen oxide, and there is a nitrogen dioxide, nitrous oxide. So these are going to neutral. These are neutral. There is exception. So you can't say always the non-metal oxides are acidic. So sometimes it have an exception. So it also have a neutral, means the pH will be your in such a way. So, okay. Alia Khan, now I am going to remove from my class. Why you are writing on the board? Just remove, otherwise I will remove from you. Okay. Okay. Coming to the next, the same thing we were discussing, that reaction of basically these metals with the acid. So come to the reaction of this magnesium. Come to the reaction of this iron. Come to the reaction of this copper. So we are talking about the sulfuric acid. Okay, H2SO4. H2SO4. And in this case, H2SO4. So what will happen? Once again, this is going to form the magnesium. In this case, this is going to form the magnesium sulfate. So this will be your MgSO4. Okay, and this will be your ferrous sulfate. This is FeSO4. Along with hydrogen will be there.
H2.
Yeah. And here will be also hydrogen gas. And there will be certain reaction. Now you can see.
Copper sulfate.
Given these reaction, there will be no reaction. There will be no reaction. Why it will be no reaction? You should remember those elements hydrogen in reactivity series. Those elements which are above the hydrogen in reactivity series, then that will have perform, or that will go under reaction with acid. Okay, Utkarsh Shukla, if I am muting you, if you don't have any question, then why you are unmuting you? So those have any doubt, then he can or she can unmute himself or herself. Otherwise, you have to be muted. So I was telling that those elements which are
But there is no reaction.
those elements which are above the hydrogen in the reactivity series will show reaction with acid. Those elements which are below the reactivity series, these are not going to show reaction with dilute acid. So you can write here. This is one of the important points. Metals. Aditya Raj, it's from your, the voice is coming from your side only. If I'm muting you, then why you are just doing the reverse of mine? Metals in reactivity series. Reactivity series above the hydrogen. Above the hydrogen reacts with dilute acid, but no any metal below hydrogen in reactivity series. No any metal below hydrogen in reactivity series will react with dilute acid. Okay, so this is important point. That's why this is not going to form any reaction. So if you are said to find out the reaction, or means what will happen when the element with this. So what will happen? Once again, who is that? Antu. So once again, I'm saying if these elements are there and you are going to perform with dilute acid, so you should note down there will be no reaction.
No reaction.
No reaction will be there. You should remember these. Okay? You should remember this. Okay? So one activity is given in your NCERT book. Let's come to that reactivity. Coming to the next page. So one reactivity is there given. So when there is a copper that is going to react with ferrous sulfate, and you have to just fill, means there is a copper is of light green color. Copper means this ferrous sulfate is of light green color, and here it is showing no change in color. No change in color. And when this is reversed, this is iron and this is a copper sulfate, and this is basically blue color. Okay, when this is going to react, then their color will be fed. Color fades. So can you tell what is difference and where the reaction is going to take place and where the reaction will be not? So in this case, there will be no reaction. In this case, there will be no reaction. But in this case, you have already studied the chapter chemical reaction. So there will be
Yes, sir.
there will be chemical reaction because their color is going to change. So why it happens? So I will be connecting next class, next chemistry class. We'll discuss how the reactivity series defines the reaction of these metal and their metal salt. Okay, so we'll discuss those elements which are at the highest position of reactivity series is going to displace the salt which are below in reactivity series. So in this case, you can see this iron is above the copper in reactivity series. So this iron is going to just replace this salt and it will form FeSO4, and there will be the deposition of copper on the iron nail. So we'll discuss these reactions in next class. So kindly submit your assignment.
Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow. Okay. Kindly submit
you,
your assignment, whatever I told to submit tomorrow, and we'll
Physics.
discuss. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.